Yes guys, what's going on? Welcome to Full Time Devils. I am Adam McCullough and we are back in the morning for another Gazzetta United. Yes, this is the second in the new series where I basically go through all the newspapers. Now you know what I'm talking about already because it's the Manchester derby yesterday and Manchester United won. So all these pages, all these newspapers and all their sports pages will be full of Manchester derby news, just like this one. The Times, sort it out, will you? Where rugby on the back. To be fair, that's a great picture of someone digging someone in the face. But rugby on the back page when United beat City for the third time this season. Oh, I see what it is. We beat them for the third time this season, so it's not even news anymore. We beat City all the time. Pep is Ollie's bitch, of course, but we are going to be getting stuck into the newspapers today and going through all the back pages. We'll be doing player ratings, we'll be doing all those sorts of things, so keep it locked. Whatever's in the papers is going to be in store for you, and I'm just going to keep being happy and being, you know, it's delightful at the moment. 10 games unbeaten, 24 goals scored, 2 goals conceded, 8 clean sheets, 7 wins, 3 draws. Ollie's back at the wheel, isn't he? Back at the wheel. Actually, I don't want to talk too soon. So let me just have a sip of that. Calm down, shut up, and let's get stuck into these newspapers. Right, Daily Mirror first up. Meghan Markle on the front. Why do they need to keep going on about her? Just leave the poor girl alone, for God's sake. The back pages anyway. Red hot, they say. Red hot, with a lovely picture of Scott McTominay, Daniel James, Wan-Bissaka, all having a good time on the back. I love that. Absolutely love that. Now there is a small one at the top here, which is in relation to the coronavirus threat. Now it says Eurovirus threat for Wolves, Spurs and Chelsea. Wolves are facing the prospect of the Europa League trip to Olympiacos on Thursday being played behind closed doors. Now, I'm not a health official, I'm not a specialist in this department, so I can't really comment on it, but it looks like we could be seeing games being played behind closed doors soon. And if that's the case, then that's going to be pretty bad, isn't it? Obviously, there's worse things if there's health issues and all that kind of stuff. And football's not the be-all and end-all, but it looks like it could be starting to affect some of the football. We've already seen it affect football in Italy, and it could be coming to England now as well. So, you know, I didn't expect it, to be honest. I just thought it was all a little bit a mountain out of a molehill. Anyway, let's have a look at this. I've folded it here because we've got some big match facts in the Mirror. And they've got Man United completed a league double over City for the first time since Ferguson retired, last achieving it in 2009. So 10 years since we've done a double over City. That's their 7th league defeat of this campaign. Wow, and we thought they were going to challenge Liverpool. United are now unbeaten in their last 10 games across all competitions, like I said. Anthony Martial is only the second United player to score in 3 consecutive Premier League derbies. Premier League starts in Manchester derbies, and the first since Eric Cantona netted in 5 in a row between March 93 and April 96. And people say Anthony Martial isn't all that. People still would like to tell you he's rubbish. The geezer's doing absolutely fantastically well at this moment in time. Already equalled his best campaign in the league already, with 11 goals in the league. He's ticking away nicely, 16 goals. I think that is as well for him now in all competitions. He's doing well. And I thought his performance against City was probably his most complete performance this season in terms of his all-round work. He was in our box doing defensive headers. He was in their box getting involved, closing down the goalkeeper, smashing into posts. I'm sure Ollie would be happy with that. He said he wanted his strikers to break there and also score a goal, and nearly broke both of his legs. So it was a good performance from Martial yesterday. The goal was a little bit of luck. He obviously had that moment where he could have squared it for Bruno Fernandes, but I think he's been doing well. And there he is on the back of the Mirror. Heart and soul, it says. Why is it spelled soul like Sol Campbell? I don't get it. But it says Ollie is finally feeling the love as derby victory puts United players and fans in mood to follow his vision. And it's also got something on Aaron's the one fullback Sterling can't get the better of. Sterling can't get the better of him. That's right. And that's because Aaron Wan-Bissaka was absolutely fantastic yesterday. He got the man of the match in the Daily Mirror with a rating of 9 out of 10. Now we'll look at some player ratings a little bit later on in the show. But Aaron Wan-Bissaka was phenomenal yesterday. The best fullback in the country for me. The best right back in the country for me. Obviously Trent's great going forward, but you want your fullbacks to defend, and he does just that. He defends fantastically well, and yesterday he was going forward fantastically well as well. So can't complain with Aaron Wan-Bissaka's performances in a Man United shirt, and he's just growing and settling and really becoming a fantastic player for the club. So delighted with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. The reason I said Scott McTominay was because I've got the pull out from the Times now, and it is, of course, that's got to hurt, with that lovely picture of Scott McTominay on. Look at that. Just look at that. It's a great sight, isn't it? A great sight. Scott McTominay there. McTominay pounces on mistake by a City keeper to give United first derby double in a decade. We would have had the derby double anyway. We know we would have won that game. I couldn't see City scoring at that point, even though, you know, we were deep into extra time and all that kind of jazz. They weren't going to score. They weren't going to score yesterday. So that's absolutely fine, I think. But what a moment, what a goal, what a goal. We were all baying for the referee to blow the whistle. He didn't blow the whistle, and what a moment. That's the loudest I've heard Old Trafford in a long time, and it just feels like the feel-good factor's well and truly back at the club. Ollie's got everyone looking forward to games again, which is great to see as well. Tony Cascarino talking rubbish in here, saying United would struggle to win the title with this system. United played in the perfect counter-attacking style in the win over a terrible City, but to say all is back on track would be deceiving. I agree with that bit. Their approach is brilliant, but I question whether it will bring success in terms of challenging for the title. Tony Cascarino, surely any team has to be tactically flexible, and you're not going to play the same in every single game, right? Unless you're City, of course. Southgate sees dominant display from Wan-Bissaka. For me, Southgate should be picking Wan-Bissaka for the right back position for England. Jurgen Klopp isn't the England manager, so I don't think you should pick Trent. And I think Wan-Bissaka is different gravy. Something else as well here is Billy Sharp of Sheffield United saying Henderson will be the England #1 soon. Now there's been a lot of talk about whether we should drop David De Gea and bring in Dean Henderson, and for me, you stick by David De Gea. There's nothing like a little bit of loyalty in football, and I think to rush Dean Henderson would be daft. Dean Henderson sees his future at the club. He's not going anywhere. Sheffield United will be in Europe next season. It probably wouldn't harm to leave him there at Sheffield United, so let's just relax a little bit with him, I think. There's no need to rush him at all, because he's coming along nicely. And imagine one mistake at Old Trafford, one mistake for Man United, and it'll be the end of the world with some of these people, and they'd start absolutely tearing into him. So I think we just need to relax a little bit with the Dean Henderson and trying to rush him through at Man United. Let's give him time. He's got time. And of course, Red Raw is the back of the Daily Star. Yeah, we got a little bit of Daily Star action today. The pinnacle of British journalism. Ollie boys are delighted is the back page there. Blunder keeper hands Solskjaer glory again. I don't like that they're focusing on the blunder by the keeper, because like I said, we were winning that game anyway. The only problem for United yesterday was that Chelsea won, because we're still 3 points behind them. With the Spurs game coming up, I know Spurs dropped points recently, but if Spurs beat United, then they're like 1 point behind us. So everything starts to tighten up a little bit, and we need to be, aware of how things could go wrong if we don't get a result in that game against Spurs. So yeah, it's all positive at the moment, and that's great. But we need to keep our foot on Chelsea's necks, to be honest, because I think they will crumble. Yes, it was a great result for them against Everton. Funny of Everton not to turn up when United are in town, eh? But yeah, Chelsea winning. We need to keep going. We really do, and make sure that if they slip up again, we're right there to take control of it. The Express is going with Eds will roll. They're focusing on City, obviously losing and talking about City flops fear backlash after an ever-strewn derby display. I like this, look. Blues floored by Mank Bruno. It's a good one, isn't it? It's a good headline. That headline writer deserves a little raise for that one. Well, actually, he's just doing his job, isn't he? But nevertheless, let's have a look at these player ratings now, actually. We'll go with the Express's player ratings. They've gone with De Gea a 7, Lindelof a 5, which I don't think Lindelof was amazing, but a 5 seems a bit unfair. It says, did plenty of work, but none of it particularly eye-catching. Well protected by teammates. Kept a clean sheet, you dickheads. Maguire says, error-strewn first half, but grew into the game as it progressed and made some telling last-ditch challenges. I thought in the first half we were better on the front foot, so we didn't need Maguire as much. Again, I think a 6 is harsh. Shaw looks to the manner born in a defensive 3 and is back to his absolute best with an 8. I do agree with Shaw being back to his best. He's looking good at this moment in time. Wan-Bissaka got a 9, shackled Sterling once again. Fred got an 8. Matic got a 6. I thought Matic was better than Fred yesterday. Is that because my expectations of him have gone so low now, or what's the deal there? But I thought Matic was pretty good, and I'm shocked to see him get a 6 in there. Again, it is the Express. Williams a 5, shocked with that. Fernandez a 7. He wasn't that good, I don't think, in the game yesterday. I think he did set the tempo, and he was very aggressive in his leadership and, you know, telling people where to go and how to play and all that. But I don't think Bruno Fernandes had his best game for United yesterday. It was quiet in the second half, very quiet. And in the first half, I'd say Martial, Matic, Aaron Wan-Bissaka were probably all the better players in that team. So a little bit of a strange one to see that he's got that score. Daniel James with a 7. Again, worked very hard. Was pretty good in that sense for United, but his end product needs to improve. Now, I thought when we made the sub to bring Martial off, I probably should have brought Igalo on at that point, because Daniel James, his legs were gone, and he didn't really have the quality there to hold it up. But he is performing well, and in that high press, you know, in that high press mentality where we're looking to close everything down and we're looking to rush him, probably playing Daniel James is all right, but we do need a little bit more quality out there and a little bit of competition. We've seen what it could do for Luke Shaw at left back, and we've seen what Igalo coming in can do for Martial. So yeah, he got a 7. I don't agree with that, and I don't agree with the Matic score, but that's fair enough. Anthony Martial got a 7. I thought his first half performance was very good, a little bit quieter in the second half, and obviously went off as well. I think that was down to the injury. Hopefully that doesn't keep him out for too long, but Anthony Martial with a 7 there. I thought they were pretty generous to their attacking players and pretty harsh on the defensive players, especially when you can consider we had 28% possession, I think it was, at the end of the game, and our defensive players were probably the strongest and probably the ones that came out on top. Another clean sheet for David De Gea is great news as well, with him making that mistake against Everton. To see us now keeping clean sheets, that's 8 in the last 10 games, 7 wins, 3 draws. Can't complain with that at all, and David De Gea is a big part of that. I know Romero's kept a few of them, but nevertheless, and I think United have one of the best defensive records in Europe, which you wouldn't think by looking at us, but nevertheless, the feel-good factor's back, man. I can't believe it. And it says Fernandes calls the shots to leave United fans in raptures. I do think, you know, we've got this whole new toy kind of thing with, you know, when a kid gets their new toy and they're not interested in anything else anymore, with Bruno, and he's going to have dips in performance like he did yesterday. I think his base levels were still there, and he's always going to have that aggression and that positivity and that leadership and that trying to force things forward and get us going. So, you know, I get that, but we need to just temper our expectations a little bit. I see people, you know, saying, you know, when Pogba comes back, how does he get into the team? The City think, oh, when De Bruyne is back from injury, how's he going to get into the team? No, he doesn't. No, they don't, because they need numbers of quality players, and so do United. Yes, we know Pogba's probably going to leave in the summer, but while he's here, having the number of quality in players is important as well. So, yeah, man, just absolutely buzzing with that performance yesterday, and that result, and the scenes at Old Trafford. I'm still aching, I'm still hurting, but it was well worth it. And Ollie's making me believe. Ollie's making me believe. When he came in, when he was given the permanent job, told everyone, I'm not too sure about this one. I'm not too sure about this one, but he's moving us in the right direction, that's for sure. I had no doubts about that. And he's getting results now. The football's there, although yesterday we had to rely on our defence. And yeah, man, I think he's doing well. So hats off to Ollie. He's making me believe, he's making United fans believe, and the feel-good factor is definitely back as well, regardless of what happens. But we know what football's like, and things can change very, very quickly. Guys, this has been the Gazzetta United. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for keeping it locked to Full Time Devils. Go check the fan cams out from yesterday. Make sure you like and comment and share and subscribing. I did a video as well, the Premier League Gazette, which is on Adam McCullough TV, so go and check that out. For now, I've been Adam McCullough. This has been Full Time Devils. We're gone.